Well, I got a call about 3 years before this building was built. And the call was from Paul Anderson. Paul was a businessman in Puyallup, good guy. And so Paul said, "Can I come down and see you at your office?" And I said, "Absolutely, Paul." I've known Paul he was like all of us, for 20 plus years. And so he came down, he said, "We're going to build a new YMCA up on the hill, and it's probably going to be one of the biggest YMCAs in the world." I said, "Wow." And he said, "That being said," he said, "we're going to go on a fundraising expedition," and he said, "I would like to have you be my co-chairman." And immediately I think I said, "No." And he said, "Well," he said, "hold it now." He said, "What do you know about the Y?" I said, "Really, I don't know anything about the Y. Never been in a Y. Never had any information on a Y, so forth. A lot of my friends did, but so anyway, he said, "Well, we'd like to tell you more about the Y and just tell you the Y story." So he brought down a couple of people, I think, I don't know, 3 or 4 days later, and so anyway, the more they talked about the Y and the YMCA, what it did for families and family values and for kids and so forth, and the more interested I got. And so finally I said, "Paul, I'd be delighted to be your co-chairman, so tell me what your expectations are for me, and then I'll try to fulfill those expectations, and just to be working on something with you in the city of this Puyallup that I love to death. I'd like to do that." So the more that I got interested in the Y, the more I learned about the Y, the more passion I got about the Y. I could just see what that would do. It could just light up a community. I got into business with my father, the automobile business, in 1963. A business that I just came to love and adore and cherish. And I've always wanted to do something for my father, just to show my appreciation to him and have him getting me into this business. And so as we got closer to the end of our campaign, I talked to Paul Anderson and the leadership and just about what kind of a contribution that I could make financially to the YMCA in order to put my father's name on it. So anyway, between my 2 sisters, a brother, and myself and my wife, we in fact did do that. And so every time I'm up here, which is a few times a week, I'm just always so proud that see my dad's name on here. He died in 2003, but he got to see this operation a couple of years before he passed away, and I'll forever be so grateful that we went ahead and made that commitment, that large commitment, and went ahead and did that for his name, the naming rights. But so it's a big deal to our family. It's been a big deal to our community. It's a big deal to the membership, and so I think it's been just beyond wonderful. Well, what I think I love about this place more than anything else is when I see, first of all, preschoolers out here in the front yard, and when I walk by the entryway there and you see all these little kids in there, you just see how this is grabbing a hold of them right now, and that's going to shape their lives, and it helps shape other people's lives, parents' lives, siblings' lives, and I just wish that I would have had something like this when I was a little kid to go to when I was, in that first grade or kindergarten or preschool. And but when I see what happens here, from the preschoolers to the teen night, which I participated in different times over the years, and the teens that come together, what they're learning, what they're not out of the street. It's a happy place. It's a safe place. It's a place that I think that just good stuff shows up. And so when I look at the Christian Emphasis Cabinet here, that is now part of maybe even a pilot for worldwide with the YMCA's, that's got huge possibilities. And then I watched husbands and wives and the trainers up here that people take care of themselves. It's life-changing. it's dramatic, and so I think anybody could benefit from the YMCA.